Yo, what's going on, y'all? This Combo Breaker 99 back on the fight front once again. Shout out to Coach Sheldon Harrison. I did want to do a video on this fight also between Leah Letson and Macy Chiasson. Man, this was overall just a good fight, man, between Macy and Leah. I actually picked Leah to win, but Macy was able to just put on a very dominating performance over Leah Letson and stop her in the first round. The thing I liked about these two fighters were they were really bringing a lot of drama to this episode. And I don't mean drama between the two, but just drama as far as their emotion. You know, both of these fighters were really trying to excel. You know, they wanted to strive for perfection. You know, they were always trying to perfect their craft. And it kind of showed with Leah Letson. You know, she felt like she wasn't getting the best training. She was kind of vocal about that. And it kind of showed in her performance overall. You know, even with Macy, you know, Macy Chiasson, even towards like the end of the show before the fight, you know, she felt like they were trying to throw too much on her in the corner, and you know, she was kind of emotional about that. But she kind of felt like she already had a game plan, and you know, she was just ready to fight. So yeah, they just had a lot of good, I felt like a lot of good drama that way. Not a lot of ignorant, crazy stuff, but just good, like, you know, raw emotion between the fighters and how bad they really want it. And that's the type of drama and emotion I like to see in a show about fighters, you know. And they brought it all the way. They brought it all the way into the octagon, man. From round one, Leah, I felt like Leah was actually controlling the striking better from the outside. You know, even though she was a shorter fighter, she was able to land the better strikes and kind of control the distance. And that's why Macy, she kind of tried to close that distance and get in the clinch. But after Leah was able to land a couple good left hands, Macy was able to get her into a clinch. But Leah was like forced her back into the fence. And right away, I almost thought I was going to have the texture of the Bea fight a little bit. But right away, Macy's trainer, she said, hey, you know, I heard him yell, you know, you don't want to be here. So she tried her best to kind of get that underhook. And whenever she got in that clinch again, she backed Leah up and was able to land the knee. And then she tripped her up and took her to the ground. And I have to give Leah Letson credit. You know, she was quick to get back up. But she got back into another clinch with Macy. And Macy landed a few more knees and got her down again. And you know, she tried to bounce back up, and Macy she started landing some vicious knees, man. And she put her down on all four with like 5 knees. And I almost thought she was about to stop the fight here because it almost looked like she rocked Leah Letson with some headshots too. Like whenever she got to her back when she was on all fours, you know, she landed a few good headshots, but she got back up. And Macy, you know, she knew this was working, so she got into that clinch with her, and she landed like not like 5, 6, but she landed like 8 big knees, and that last one that hit her to the liver just dropped her. And you know, she was holding her stomach, and the referee, you know, he went on and stopped it. You know, she didn't even argue about it, man. That's how vicious those knees were. And I had to give Macy a lot of credit. You know, she was sticking with what was working. You know, as soon as she knew that those knees were getting a reaction out of Leah Letson, she just went with it. You know, why make, you know, more rounds of trouble for yourself? Just take the fighter out. And you know, I feel like that's something that Macy's able to capitalize off of, you know, for her raw talent. You know, she wasn't really trying to overthink things. She was just trying to get the win the best way she know how, you know, whether it means technical or just finding the fighter's weakness. I give Leah Letson a lot of credit, you know, for being able to, you know, try to withstand that storm. And, you know, at the end of the fight, you know, she was really crying out, man. I could understand that because she really felt like she wanted to perform and do her best. But at the end of the day, you know, she feels like her training wasn't the best. And I can understand that. You know, there's some fighters that can just adapt to a situation and kind of run with whatever the training regimen is. But some fighters, if they're surrounded by certain type of trainers that, you know, help them perfect what they need and help them get on like a program where they can learn their strengths and weaknesses, that's more beneficial to them. And I think after this show, that was just kind of more of a good exposure for Leah Letson, and she needs to go back to that type of training because overall, I don't really think the Robert Whittaker style training was benefiting for her, you know. And I think somebody like Robert Whittaker before his days now as a champion, you know, he used to train hard, you know. And I think that he's kind of more in his comfort zone, if that makes sense. You know, he's more in a comfort zone, so he's just kind of going through the motions of fine tuning these guys and just kind of letting them find their own way. But somebody like Leah Letson, I feel like she needs somebody to kind of help her mold her into the fighter that, you know, the complete fighter that, you know, she can be. But yeah, man, overall it was just a good fight. Like I said, they really brought the drama. inside the octagon and on the show in this one, man. Shout out to Macy. I feel like Macy Chiasson, at 2-0, she's still going to be learning, but she still needs to work on some things to get better at it. Leading up to this TUF finale, her and Patty Cans are going to be facing off. This one's going to be kind of a tough call to make, man. I just feel like Macy, she knows how to find ways to win, but I think Patty's a more experienced fighter, and I think she has some very good technical striking. And if she's able to capitalize off her striking the same way Leah was for those few seconds and do better ×5, I think she could pull out the decision. So I think I'll go with Patty Kansas by decision in the finale, man. But yeah, overall, just good fight. Again, shout out Coach Sheldon Harrison. I liked his the video on this fight also. Just overall talking about the trainer Leah Letson also. And yeah, man, I just kind of felt bad for Leah in this one, man, because I feel like she didn't get a chance to excel and show the fighter that she felt she was. But yeah, man, that's all I got on this one. Just let me know what you guys think in the comment section about this fight. Who you think's going to take it. Make sure y'all subscribe. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.